Today's story is about a man who defied expectations, a quadriplegic who walked again after taking a Brazilian medication. Imagine being told you'll never walk again, that your life, as you knew it, is over. For many, that's the final chapter. But for our protagonist, it was only the beginning of a new one. This is a tale of science, perseverance, hope, and the mysterious frontiers of medicine. John Miller was 35 when a spinal injury left him paralyzed from the neck down. Overnight, his world collapsed. He lost the ability to move, to feel, to live freely. Doctors said his spinal cord was too damaged. Regeneration? Impossible. In the United States, treatments focused on adaptation, wheelchairs, therapy, assistance, never on full recovery. But in Brazil, a new wave of research was breaking barriers. Scientists were experimenting with regenerative compounds, stem cell therapies, and bioactive molecules. That's where John's new chapter began. He heard about a Brazilian trial, a medicine that could stimulate the spinal cord to heal itself. Risky, uncertain, but filled with hope. He traveled to Brazil, underwent screening, and began the treatment. Weeks passed with no change, until something remarkable started to happen. Stay with us. In the next part, we'll see the first signs of life returning to John's paralyzed body.
When you're paralyzed, you lose more than movement, you lose hope. But the Brazilian medical team refused to give up. They adjusted dosages, tracked neural signals, and performed weekly MRIs. Their mission? To detect even the smallest spark of recovery. 8 weeks into the trial, something extraordinary happened. John felt a tingling in his toes. It was faint, barely noticeable, but groundbreaking. For the first time in months, his body had spoken back. The doctors confirmed electrical activity in muscles once silent. It wasn't imagination, it was real. By week 12, John could flex one toe, just one. But that single motion changed everything. It meant the drug wasn't only calming inflammation, it was rewiring the spinal cord. His willpower returned. Every therapy session became a mission. He'd stare at his legs, demanding them to move. And slowly, they began to obey. His family cried tears of joy. The doctors grew cautiously optimistic. Some called it a miracle, but John knew this was only the beginning. Coming up next, the turning point, the first steps, the setbacks, and the battle between hope and pain. By week 20, John's progress shocked everyone. With support, he sat upright for the first time in nearly a year. His therapists helped him into a standing frame. His legs trembled, his heart raced. Then, with help from parallel bars, he took his first step. It was awkward, shaky, slow, but it was real. Cameras recorded it. The Brazilian team couldn't hold back their tears. John Miller, once declared permanently paralyzed, was walking again. The stories spread like wildfire. Headlines read, "Man walks again after Brazilian treatment." But recovery wasn't linear. Spasms, exhaustion, setbacks, they came often. Some days he'd lose strength and fall back into despair. Yet every time, he stood up, emotionally if not physically, and kept going. His wife became his biggest support. Therapists, doctors, and friends surrounded him with faith. Every neuron that reconnects, one doctor said, is a victory. After months of effort, John could walk short distances with braces and balance aids. His independence slowly returned. In the next chapter, we'll explore the science behind this miracle, the Brazilian medicine that changed everything.
Let's enter the lab, where science meets the impossible. The Brazilian medicine, known as Neurovita BR, was designed to help the spinal cord regenerate. Years of research led to a formula that could suppress inhibitors and reactivate dormant neurons. In a spinal injury, two enemies block healing: scar tissue and toxic molecules that stop neurons from growing. Neurovita BR neutralizes both. It reduces proteins that prevent axon regrowth and boosts growth factors like BDNF and NGF, molecules that tell neurons to rebuild connections. It also improves blood flow, repairs tiny vessels, and creates a nourishing environment for neural recovery. But the magic wasn't in the drug alone. It was in the combination: electrical stimulation, physiotherapy, and sheer determination.
The team combined cutting-edge science with human resilience. That's why John's recovery was more than medicine. It was collaboration, innovation, and hope fused together. In the next block, we'll explore how this breakthrough shook the scientific world and what it could mean for millions of people worldwide. John's recovery sent shockwaves through the medical community. His case became a symbol of what might soon be possible. In Brazil and the United States, researchers rushed to understand the mechanism. Could this medicine work for others? Could it redefine paralysis itself? Advocacy groups rose up, demanding further trials. Families of paralyzed patients found new hope. The Brazilian team shared their data cautiously, yet proudly, with international scientists. Collaborations began between universities, biotech firms, and government institutions. For the first time, spinal regeneration wasn't science fiction anymore. Still, experts urged caution. John's success might be rare. Replication, regulation, and ethics would determine the future of Neurovita BR. But even skeptics agreed something extraordinary had happened. Beyond science, John's journey inspired a social movement. People began to see disability not as an ending, but as a challenge science could one day solve. His story transformed lives far beyond medicine. Next, we'll close with reflection, hope, and a call to action, because this story doesn't end here.
2 years later, John could walk short distances with a cane. He regained freedom and a new purpose to show the world that miracles are made from courage, science, and faith. He often said, "I didn't walk because of a pill. I walked because they gave me a chance, and I refused to waste it." His journey became a testament to human resilience. From despair to determination, from silence to movement, his story redefined what's possible. Neurovita BR is now under review in global trials. If confirmed, it could become one of the most revolutionary discoveries in neuroscience history. And it all began in Brazil, with a team that dared to dream and a man who dared to fight. This is not the end. It's the beginning of a future where paralysis may no longer mean permanence. If John's story inspired you, don't let it stop here. Subscribe to our channel, share this story, and help spread awareness. Together, we can turn hope into movement and stories into reality.